almost didn't see you there. I'm Nolan Harris, and I'm going to teach you how to rock and roll in 4 easy steps. Not only am I going to teach you how to rock and roll, I'm going to teach you what it means, what you can do for it, and what it can do for you. Now, before we get started, remember that rock and roll is a lot more than just a leather jacket, nice hairdo, and skinny jeans. No, I'm not going to take them off. The first step in being a rock and roller is really understanding what the term means. Probably means a lot more than you think it does. Actually, just 3 things. Attitude, expression, and music. That's what it boils down to. Attitude. Basically the aura you give off. If I'm angry, whether it be at the government or teachers or school one day, I'm going to come home and I'm going to put on a punk or maybe metal record. If I'm happy-go-lucky, I'm probably going to play some pop. I personally wouldn't play it. Some of you might play some boy band stuff, but that's questionable. Expression really does go hand in hand with attitude. Basically, the freedom you have to show your true colors. Not being afraid to tell the whole world who you are. Not being afraid to tell anybody you know who you are. Really being yourself. And trust me, music is a great way to do that. Nobody's going to judge you. Music. Now, there aren't a whole lot of cants in rock and roll, but you definitely can't listen solely to classical music, and you can't listen solely to jazz, and a few other things. The music you listen to basically has to change your mind from the time before you heard that song. Really, it's the essence of change in society now. That's what I believe, and really you have to listen to something electrifying and something that gets you going. And one more thing, a lot of people think that rock and roll goes hand in hand with drugs, sex, and alcohol. Not necessarily true. While it is true that a lot of rock and rollers get themselves caught up in these 3 things, they are definitely not necessary to live a rock and roll lifestyle, and I really don't recommend it. The third step in becoming a rock and roller, while not required, is learning an instrument. It definitely helps, in some of these ways. It can help you understand the music you're listening to better. Trust me, when you understand the bass, the drums, the piano, the guitar in a song, it makes it a million times better and more ritualistic, and really enhances your musical listening. Getting in a band. Being in a band is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. When people can see you play, it's really great. Even if people hate you, it shows that you're doing something to affect their lives. And gaining the respect of your peers. In music, the respect of your friends, your musical friends, really important. I mean, it makes the difference between whether you go far or don't go far at all. It makes the difference between whether you have a good or bad reputation. And I'm going to show you how musicianship has helped me and what it can do for you. There are a lot of different instruments you can learn to play. My personal favorite, and a lot of other people's personal favorite, happens to be the electric guitar. To fill out the low end, you have the bass guitar, where the term, "this song slaps," came from. To mellow out a song or to give it more depth, there's also the acoustic guitar. Going back to the basics, you have the piano. One of the oldest instruments of all time, the banjo. Great for country and bluegrass music. I only have 1 string, but I'll try to make it work. Drums. The 4th step in being a rock and roller. This is what it all boils down to. This is the most important step. It can be the hardest, and it can be the simplest, but it's very straightforward. Just be yourself. Don't let anybody change that, because being yourself is better than being anybody else. And this is what rock and roll is all about, being able to be who you want to be. Man, I really like this robe. I hope tomorrow morning you'll wake up, look out your window, think to yourself, man, after watching Nolan's video, I've realized rock and roll is the right thing for me. Being myself, listening to music that's really awesome. Cheers to rock.